Reddit user Godzilla Mecha 68 shared this chilling photo taken near his cabin at night. In the shadows of the forest, there is an unclear figure that stands out. It's not clear what this figure is, whether it's a person, a ghost, a skinwalker, or something else entirely. If it's just a person, why are they standing there, and what could they be doing? While camping in Ontario, Canada, Redditor No Adagio 6743 went sailing and filmed the picturesque surroundings. However, his footage reveals something truly unexpected. A big dark creature can be seen walking on the island. Its wide, swinging arms and unusual gait don't resemble typical human movement. Instead, it's more like how people describe Bigfoot. A camper was exploring the woods when he came across an old, abandoned house. He heard some strange noises, so he grabbed his camera, hoping to capture a small animal. Instead, a creepy figure emerged from the darkness and rushed directly towards the man. The man, clearly frightened, sprints away at full speed, escaping the terrifying encounter. During a camping trip, two friends were filming their playful dog. As they recorded, they suddenly caught something terrifying. An eerie ghost figure appeared in the top left corner of the video. The figure was visible for just a moment before it vanished into thin air. The friends were astonished by the unexpected sighting, as they'd been exploring the woods regularly and had never experienced anything like this before. In October 2017, Christian Garcia posted a YouTube video titled "Witch on the Road." It shows a motorcyclist traveling on a dark, lonely forest road when he suddenly encounters something truly unexpected. A person with grey hair sitting by the roadside. It remains still and doesn't acknowledge the motorcycle's headlights. The cyclist initially drives away, but soon returns. He approaches the person, but gets no real response.
Oh, no mames, güey. Señor. Señor. Hola, señora.
Feeling uneasy, he leaves the person behind in the dark. Reddit user Ungovernable Goose shared a terrifying camping experience. He posted a photo showing their campsite after a huge tree fell and crushed both his car, his brother's car, and their tents. He mentioned that if the tree had fallen while they were sleeping in their tent, it would have been deadly. The incident was a traumatic experience for him, especially because his brother barely missed being hit by the tree. A group of friends were camping when one of them woke up to some disturbing sounds. He woke up the others and decided to take a look. What they found is absolutely horrifying. A grotesque creature crawls towards the group. Its appearance is a disturbing mix of a gorilla and a deformed human. While some suspect it might be some weird-looking bear or gorilla, others believe it could be an unknown cryptid. One night around 2 a.m., a camper had one of the worst camping experiences imaginable.
One of the worst episodes yet of why you think you want my job, but definitely don't really. Right now my tent is being dismantled by leafcutter ants. It's about 2 a.m. and I've been trying to sleep, and there's about 10 million leafcutter ants outside of this tent. And all they are doing is cutting leaf-size holes out of my tent. They are carrying away the nylon into the night. And because the leafcutter ants are working to dismantle every single thing that I own, they're opening up holes big enough for me to put my fist through, which means everything else in the Amazon is coming into my tent. And because of that, I keep turning on the lights. I just woke up because there's a leafcutter ant using its pincer jaws to bite my ear to try and carry off a piece.
He was struggling to sleep when his tent came under attack from a massive army of leafcutter ants. The camper's night got even worse when he saw a tarantula crawling near his face while he was trying to turn off the camera. In a Twitter thread, Gregory shares his chilling camping experience. Greg's story begins on November 30th, 2018, when he claims to have encountered something unusual while walking alone in the woods. He posts a photo of an animal skull mounted on a rock, surrounded by smaller rocks arranged in a ritualistic triangle. Feeling dizzy, he quickly turned to head home, but soon encountered something even more frightening. In the distance, he spotted a hooded woman dressed in black, staring into nothing. Greg says he had seen this woman before in the woods, though it had been weeks since the last sighting. He hid behind a tree until she left, terrified that she might see him. After she disappeared into the forest, Greg rushed home, fearing she would appear again. A man shares his love of hunting on his TikTok profile. He uses his night vision scope to reveal creatures hiding in the forest. Most of his videos show local wildlife like coyotes, deer, and bobcats. He is very familiar with the land and has never seen anything strange while hunting. But one evening, as he was using his night vision scope to scan the forest, he recorded something that he still can't explain. What's even stranger is that he didn't see anyone with his naked eye. This camper set out to explore some wild caves on land previously owned by the Amish. With no marked path, he ventured deeper into the cave, which started off spacious but soon became increasingly narrow.
It's getting smaller and smaller.
As he squeezed through the tight space, he was taken aback by an unexpected sight.
What the heck? Oh my. That's not something you see in a cave every day. Look at that. That's crazy. Takes up the whole cave. It's blocking the passage. The deer skull is blocking the passage. Oh no.
A deer skull blocking the way. He noticed the cave might lead to water, and with the tight passages and potential dangers, he decided it was best to turn back.
I'm afraid to move that big rock, but it looks like it drops down. Woo! It drops down to water. Has potential. I'm not doing that alone. It's already tight squeeze back in here. Kind of sketchy. Getting out of the squeeze that has potential. It looks like it drops down to water past that sketchy rock.
This unusual and dramatic obstacle led the cave being named Deer Skull Cave. On September 16th, 2023, Reddit user Night Minute went camping with his family when he took this photo. Everything seemed normal until he reviewed the photo later. A face can be seen, seemingly looking up, positioned above the head of the blurry person closer to the camera. Night Minute asked the Reddit community whether this face might be an optical illusion, a lighting trick, or something more mysterious. This camper embarked on a solo trip deep into the jungle where everything seemed normal until strange events began to unfold. While setting up camp, someone or something can be seen in the background. Later, after preparing dinner, he decided to eat inside his tent, unaware of the shadow that appeared behind him. His meal was interrupted by unsettling noises, prompting him to investigate. Then, something unexpected happened.
Allah Akbar!
Feeling some relief after finding nothing in the bushes, he returned to his tent to settle in for the night. But once again, the strange sounds returned. As he tried to make sense of the noises, something appeared near his tent.
Hello? Allah Akbar!
Despite these eerie encounters, he remained composed, assuming it was just an animal, and decided to sleep through the night. It wasn't until later, when he reviewed the footage, that he realized it was something far more sinister. A camera was driving down Angeles Crest Highway in California when this frightening moment changed his life. He swerves and loses control of the car. The drop below can be as steep as 7,000 feet. Fortunately, the car stopped against a rock wall that was part of a drainage pipe, which saved his life. Remarkably, he wasn't hurt at all. Emergency responders said he was the luckiest person they had ever seen. The driver himself admitted he was distracted and feels as though he's been given a second chance at life. During their overnight stay in their van near the Grand Canyon National Park, this couple woke up to something terrifying.
So safe in our bus that sometimes we forget the dangers that surround us.
Last night we stayed just outside the Grand Canyon National Park, and this morning we noticed that something had messed with our Starlink.
The boys found something kind of disturbing. Get out of that. Go. We did some research, and what did we find out?
Mountain lions and black bears are pretty prevalent around here. To give you a little perspective, this is what we found within just 100 yards of our bus.
A 64-year-old man is recovering tonight after being attacked by a mountain lion.
Our dogs have been obsessed with this tree, freaking out, and Nick and I looked up and we found deer legs. I don't know what could have done this. It's just really creepy. I just feel like we're being watched. After doing further research, which only freaked me out more, I decided to wake up at 5:30 in the morning to see if I could catch anything lurking outside. Here's what our dash camera caught. Now, I don't know why I decided to do this, but I went out there to investigate. There is so much evidence of large predators out here. I don't like this. It just makes me really uncomfortable.
They learned that mountain lions and black bears roamed the area. This was particularly unsettling because a 64-year-old man was recovering from a mountain lion attack just 100 yards away from where they had stayed. While camping, this Reddit user and a friend saw 2 or 3 small lights in a field. These lights looked more like signal lights than car headlights, especially since it was around 11 PM and there was hardly any traffic in their village. As they got closer, they started hearing this. weird sci-fi-like sounds coming from the direction of the lights. They first thought it might be birds, even though they had never heard such sounds before. Given the late hour, this explanation was unlikely. When they got home, they found a scientific theory that the sounds might be caused by electromagnetic radio waves from particle collisions with the sun. This theory matched about 80% of the sounds they heard, but didn't explain the lights. A group was on a camping trip when they decided to explore the woods. What they encountered left them completely speechless.
Have this. Come on, let's go. Hey, come on, let's go. Come on.
A strange figure lurking behind a stack of logs. The figure looks like a woman, but something about it seems off and not quite human. If you look closely, it might appear translucent, almost as if it could be a ghost. In 2013, explorer Frank, who shares his adventures on YouTube, had a scary experience in an old mine. This mine, which was built in the mid-1800s, is located near a large Victorian mine.
Okay, a little further inside the tunnel here. There's still water. You can see it really flowing here in front of me, right here, and this coming out here, out the tunnel. Yeah, this looks pretty sketchy. I'll go a few feet further in and check it out, but I think I'm going to pass on this one. This is one of the creepiest mine tunnels I've ever been in, just because of how dilapidated it is and all these chains hanging down from the overhead, and there's a shot looking down the tunnel even further, but still pretty wet. And taking a look around here back at the entrance, which is there. Okay, here's a shot looking back towards the entrance. I'm a little bit further in, and looking down the tunnel here.
While filming, Frank turns around and notices that some chains hanging from the ceiling are swinging wildly, as if someone or something has recently passed through and hidden at the back of the tunnel. Frank appears quite unsettled by the swinging chains and comments that the tunnel is too wet and muddy to continue exploring.
Yeah, this mine definitely has a very spooky vibe to it, so I'm going to head back out and check out the other stuff that's here. This is just too wet and too muddy.
It's unclear whether this was his real reason for stopping or if the mine scared him too much. A man was enjoying a peaceful hike in the mountains, looking for a camping spot, when suddenly his calm adventure turned into a life-threatening situation. A mountain lion was chasing him. Without wasting any time, he ran for his life, trying to escape the predator. In a moment of desperation, he let out a powerful roar of his own, hoping to scare the lion away.
Oh shit! Hey!
Fortunately, it worked, and the mountain lion retreated, leaving him safe, but shaken. Two women were relaxing and having fun in a pool at the campsite when they recorded this video. If you look closely at the back of the first woman's shoulder and zoom in, something strange becomes visible. It could be just a trick of the light or our minds playing tricks, but it looks like someone is peeking out from the bushes. While driving home from a camping trip late at night, a man noticed something strange by the side of the road. He described seeing a woman in elegant clothing slowly walking along the deserted road. He stopped his car for a few minutes, hoping she might come closer, but she remained in the same area, continuing to walk without approaching him. The woman's strange and stationary presence left him feeling uneasy. While camping in the abandoned Dulu village, the YouTuber crew from Hankardi stumbled upon something unsettling.
Oy! Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Kulağı zümrüt nas sila nas bishir nas fasa. Bismillah.
Oğlum biliyor yanında.
The crew found a woman who led them to a dark, shadowy figure hiding behind a corner.
Sen ne yapıyorsun burada ya?
Ben her yerde geziyorum.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Oğlum. Ne oluyor lan? Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Gel.
When they got closer, the figure vanished, but later reappeared in a downstairs window.
Abi ne oluyor?
Benim sevgilim gel buraya.
Şaka mı bu?
Bak yakalarım.
Baksana adama baksana kanka. Çok dolu stres. Oğlum bu da yemek şu an. Oh gidiyor.
The figure only appeared as a shadowy form. As the woman talked to the crew, her silent husband stood with his back to the camera. Suddenly, she began yelling at the crew and throwing things.
Ay çok gidin yeter. Hadi.
Abi Abi oy bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Hadi gidin artık. Yeter peşimden gidin. Gelmeyin artık.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dışı adam dışarı çıktı.
After being chased around, the crew saw the figure in the window once more.
Orada duruyoruz. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Anam bu ne böyle ya? Kafayı yiyeceğim. Abi.
But its true nature remained unclear. Reddit user Repulsive Mirror 365 shared a frightening video from Mathanga Wildlife Sanctuary in Wayanad, Kerala, India. Two motorcyclists are suddenly pursued by a tiger. The big cat chases them for a short while before disappearing back into the forest. A man was having an ordinary day in the woods when he suddenly felt like someone, or something, was nearby. Since it was a remote area where people rarely visit, he decided to take out his camera and start recording. As he filmed, he caught a glimpse of something moving quickly behind the trees.
There. Do you see it?
The clip is blurry, but the creature's speed and height made it seem like it wasn't human. This footage was captured by a family late at night near their cabin in the woods. They were woken up by their dog barking frantically, and when they checked, they were deeply unsettled. Behind the fence stood three small creatures, about 3 to 4 feet tall. Their pale skin seemed to glow in the dark, and they stood eerily still, all facing the house. At first, many believed they were dolls, but then one of the creatures moved an arm. It all looks a little strange to me, so I'm guessing it's a hoax, but who knows? In 2014, two Dutch college students were visiting Panama and decided to take their host family's dog for a hike. The dog came back, but the two girls did not. After 10 weeks with no new information, a local woman handed over a blue backpack that belonged to the girls. Inside the backpack were their cell phones and camera. Checking the call history revealed that the girls had tried to call emergency services 77 times, but none of the calls went through. This started just hours after they left. It was also discovered that 5 days later, someone had tried several times to unlock the girls' phones without success. The most shocking find was on the camera. The first set of photos, taken on the day they left, was normal. However, the second set of photos, taken over a week later in the dead of night, included an image showing one of the girls' hair. Following that, there were around 90 pictures like these. It has been suggested that these pictures may have been taken as a way to guide themselves through the darkness using the camera's flash as a light source. Eventually, their remains were found scattered around the area where the backpack was found, and some bones looked like they had been bleached. Sadly, there is still no official cause of death or explanation for what happened to them. In Dartford, this woman had a really weird experience.
Would you be able to see your career, please? Thank you. Because you're actually in my garden. Thank you. Honestly, just get you.
A man was camping in her front yard. The surprising event was caught on a Ring doorbell camera, which showed the man sleeping inside the tent he had set up on her property. 2 farmers in Mexico were startled in the middle of the night by their distressed goats. They quickly went outside to investigate and discovered a strange black creature clinging to one of their goats' necks. Despite their efforts to remove it, the creature finally released its grip and scurried off into the woods. One farmer tried to chase it, but it disappeared into thin air. The identity and origin of this mysterious creature remain unknown. Now, for more chills, watch this next video.